This is the Astros Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Houston Astros, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Now, if you are a fan of thrilling, high action-packed teams trying and doing everything that they can to win a baseball game, well, this game wasn't for you. That was some of the strangest baseball that we have seen in extra innings, but the Astros find a way to pull it out in 12 innings without a very typical type of walk-off, as things got downright silly tonight at the ballpark in downtown Houston. But they get the win. That's all that matters. They push their lead back out in the American League West to a game and a half. And tonight, things are better than they were a night ago. Hello and welcome tonight to the Locked On Astros Postcast. I'm your host, Michael Connor. Thank you for stopping by and watching us. If you're live, if you're watching later on, we appreciate it as well. Tonight's episode is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy Transfusion. Go to 5hourenergy.com today and use my promo code LOCKEDONGOLF to receive 20% off your order. Only valid through September 30th. Order transfusion-flavored 5-hour energy shots today. All right, what's the first thing and the only what's the main thing that we're talking about from this one?
This is what you'll be talking about.
Really, I'm telling you, that was a dumb baseball game. I love the fact that the Astros came out on top because I'd rather do this show every single time like you guys we talked about last night if you were with us. I'd never want to come on here and talk about a loss. It's not fun to talk about losses. It's fun to talk about wins. And I don't care how ugly they are, how dumb they might be. The Astros got the victory tonight. That's all that matters at the end of the day. I mean, seriously, just from a baseball watching perspective, that was some of the worst baseball I've watched in the 10th, 11th, and 12th. I mean, I always say it. If you can't score a runner from second base, I know that hitting a major league pitch is insanely difficult. Too many of you always think that it's the easiest thing in the world and make it out like it's nothing. You couldn't even go out in your backyard and hit a 15-mile-an-hour pitch, most of you. I mean, hell, I'd be lucky to connect on 50, I'd guess, at this point in my life. I hope I could still hit a 50-mile-an-hour fastball. I think I could. I'm going to give myself more credit. I could still connect on 60. How about that? Now, I just need to be like I did back in the day. If you've paid attention to my radio career at all, I had me out to have batting practice at the what was the then Sugarland Skeeters, and well, I talked a big game and I hit them all off the warning track. But it's not the easiest task in the world. It's probably one of the hardest things to do in sports, hit a baseball. And, you know, they found a way to make it difficult, both sides, to try and, I mean, look, when De Los Santos came out and got a two-pitch inning to get 3 outs, it's like, okay, they're going to win it here. It's going to happen here. And then it didn't happen. They did a lot of good things throughout the game. They did some funky things, and it just was one of those nights where it just was weird. But again, all that matters is that they got it done. Urias, hits one down to third base, and the throw from second to first isn't very good. Maybe he beats it even if it was good. Astros win. Who cares? You're not going to remember this game at the end of the season. You're never going to remember this game again. It would have been nice to avoid all this. If there's one thing that you do walk away from this one thinking and talking about, they got out of it. But the bullpen's having some shaky moments. Again, tonight it was Sousa, who's been good. Who's kind of pitched his way into by default because of the lack of leverage pitchers that they have right now. He's going to be thrown into that kind of role. And tonight he was not good. Period. He wasted a good start from Jason Alexander. That's 3 consecutive starts. He did snap his scoreless streak, which was at 16 innings coming into, or I shouldn't say coming into, before he gave up that 2-run home run there in the 5th inning. The only 2 runs he gave up in the game, only gave up 3 hits. But you waste that night out of him because Sousa wasn't good. Bullpen behind him did their job, though. Abreu, Okert, and then De Los Santos coming in and pitching really well for 2 innings. The only issue out of all that is that the Astros are in a stretch now where they don't have a day off again until I believe it's not, they don't have one at all this week. It's the following Monday. So they play, or am I wrong here? I'm right. They play all this week at Detroit and then at Baltimore, and then they get a day off afterwards. They are a little strapped when it comes to pitching at the moment. Things are tight. You don't need that. So, hopefully, somebody's going to figure it out. They're going to make some moves. I'd assume option some guys out here and there, option whoever. Maybe Alexander gets optioned after tonight. Bring back another fresh arm, then he'll get brought back up probably, next time around. Because here's the truth of the matter, too, is that Jason Alexander's pitched his way into, how can you take starts away from him right now, the way that he's pitched? 3 consecutive starts where he's been 6 innings of solid pitching. 6 shutouts, 6 2-runs. How can you not keep pitching the guy? But they're in a very tight spot at the moment to where arms are beat up a little bit. Usage is high across the board, losing Josh Hader, which if you missed the comments from Josh Hader, he is not going to throw a baseball for 3 weeks. And then he says that he's going to need at least 3 weeks of buildup to possibly come back from that. He's not pitching again in the regular season. The only thing that you could get out of him is, that you get him back in the postseason. It's just it's trying times when it comes to having available arms, consistent available arms for this Astros team. But all that matters is that tonight they found the way. They pick up another win. They inch another game closer to another division title. Win number 69 of the season tonight. Very nice. Tomorrow they'll go for number 70 on the year and creep an even closer number to that division winning figure, which probably 90-ish? We'll see. Let's talk about tomorrow needing that one. We'll do that here in a brief moment. Locked On Astros Postcast. Maybe late in the game tonight, they got a little boost of energy. Well, it's time to fuel up, turn it up. The 5-hour energy transfusion. This grape, ginger, and lime flavored shot brings you the iconic taste of a golf course favorite to a non-alcoholic boost. Perfect for sinking birdies or making great memories with friends. It's a hole-in-one for your energy game. Whether you're out on the course or just need a little extra push to power you through your day, 5-hour energy transfusion delivers the clubhouse flavor you love without ever leaving the green. Golf is all about good times with good people and good flavors. The grape, ginger, lime flavor of 5-hour energy transfusion gives you the best part of your clubhouse go-to without leaving the course or chasing down the bev card. Now you can amp up the fun even more. Just buy, snap, and enter for a chance to win a dream golf trip for 2 to any golf tournament in the USA. Tee up that trip. Visit 5hewin.com for full rules and entry. No purchase necessary. Excludes the Masters Tournament. Ends October 31, 2025. One more message before we get back to our Astros discussion here tonight after the victory over the Orioles. Let me tell you about your money. Most people can't name all of their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. When you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's why there's Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or your phone. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all of your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without ever touching a spreadsheet. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONMLB. Astros winners tonight, 12 innings to get there. That's something that you thought would completely go away when they put in the pitch clock and then they put in the automatic runner at second base. And what do you know? Tonight, I'd be interested to go back and look. I don't even remember at this point what year they started that rule. I'd be interested to see just how many games, just how many games have even made it to 12. I would assume it's a very small number compared to obviously what it used to be. Remember when we used to duke these things out until the end? Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore in terms of just sitting there and waiting around on somebody to win the baseball game. I was trying to look up, see if there's any announcements after this game. No, there have not been any announcements about anything from the Astros just yet in terms of pitching and whatnot moving forward, but just wanted to check on that before we get out of here in just a few minutes because, well, why not? I'm telling you, one of those weird nights tonight. But here's what they do need. They need to find a victory tomorrow. That we do know. We also do know that we think that they got a chance, right? They're playing a Baltimore team that might not be that good. The Baltimore Orioles tonight, they kicked it as much as the Astros did. And they just could not figure it out. Screwed up plenty. So if that team shows up again tomorrow and the Astros get some pitching, all right. That'd be another series win. That'd be 3 straight. That'd be really good. Be exactly what they need. That'd be what? 4, 6, and 3 over that span. That's good baseball. That's a good clip. Of course, when it ends tomorrow, we'll be here. Now, I will give you guys a heads up tomorrow. Like the other day, I actually got a invite to go to the game tomorrow. So we will have a postcast show. It will just be a little bit later after the game. It won't be instantly when the game ends. It'll probably be in the range, depending on the traffic and if I leave early or not. If it's a good game, I'm not going to leave early. But if it's a bad game, maybe I'll leave a few minutes early. But I'd say about an hour after the game tomorrow. So make sure that you come back and watch us when the postcast show gets started tomorrow. I'll give you all of my thoughts. I was there for the first game of the homestand. I'm going to go back for the last game of the homestand. Why not? Hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday night. Enjoy it. Enjoy the victory. We'll talk again tomorrow for Astros and Orioles series finale. Locked on Astros.